Hi everyone. Hello. So this will be a pretty annoying video, or maybe. Anyways, so people. So many people do want to join. I know many people don't want to join. Obviously they don't want to join. And I'm just saying one thing that today, obviously, it's the first holiday, or maybe for majority of the guys, it's the first summer break. It is a summer break. Summer break is coming up, so you're gonna get more on internships, more on research, more on learning and stuff like that. And so, but majority of you may have come from you know degrees or from majors that don't play a good role. Um, Not to criticize, but let's say, for example, if you have a computer science major, obviously that's pretty useless. Not saying it's useless, but pretty useless. I'll be honest. It is pretty useless. Reason being is because, I mean, if you were to do a master's in CS, you can literally learn everything from undergrad. Like second year engineering or second year physics courses is equivalent to a master's in computer science. It's literally no more than that, literally more than that. And many people may find like, okay, what have I done? I haven't done anything productive. Or maybe some people have graduated this year during the 2026 May, they're going to graduate, and then they may not be, whatever they have learned might feel kind of useless. And so I created a membership page for everyone to learn from physics, from maths, from engineering. Engineering, I'm only focusing on one, which is the aerospace engineering. Oh shit. I'm only focusing on that part. I'm only focusing on aerospace engineering. And obviously, because I have an interest in aerospace. And if you want to learn anything about anything apart from engineering, maybe I may teach that. I may not, because I have two specific courses, which is control theory and programming with MATLAB. That I don't know myself, so I've made them $1 because you're going to see me learning and understanding. And I may teach. I may teach if I do understand. I am going to teach as I learn along. So that's $1. But the rest of them, like quantum mechanics, classical mechanics, um, calculus 1, 2, and 3, ordinary differential equations, computational programming, and yeah, these will be $3, $3, $5, $3, $5, $3, $5, whatever. They're not that expensive. So in together, you can spend around either $20 or $22. Um, Main aspect of today's video would be on how would you register for the courses. So how to register. So the only way you have to register is obviously by going to this domain here, tarkarsaadahmed.com, and you will be seeing many courses. You're going to see 7 courses, I believe, 7 courses. Now, how would you register it? So how would you register it? Now, it depends on your interest. Obviously, there is physics, there is maths, there is engineering. So there is physics, there is maths, there is engineering, but maths is core. So whether you like it or not, whether you take maths, or whether you take maths and physics, or whether you take maths, or whether you take physics, or whether you take engineering, they are maths is core here. Like so, without maths, you will not be able to learn anything. You won't understand anything. So you can take physics. I would recommend not to, but you can take physics courses without maths. Again, I would recommend not to. Reason being is because you won't understand, because like in physics, if on the courses that I'm going to teach in physics, I am not going to explain thoroughly in, because I have physics chapters to finish. And if I were to focus more on maths too in depth, it is going to take a lot of time. And I'm not going to spend too much time explaining maths concepts in physics. So instead, what I'm going to do is implement the maths courses, like the in-depth maths knowledge in math playlist. So if I'm teaching calculus, I have a specific playlist for calculus. If I'm teaching ordinary differential equations, I have a specific playlist, ordinary differential equations. So if you don't like physics at all, but you want to improve, I would suggest go for maths first. So you have to go for maths first. So you can register for maths courses and that's it. You can do that. Definitely you can do that. Again, I do not give a shit about how much I get paid or whatever. I don't care. Like you can see the prices, they're only $3. But I don't really care. You can join just maths. You can do ordinary differential equations and calculus, and that's it. You can do that. Definitely you can do that. Or if you want to level it up, like if you just don't want to use maths as a useless course, because just doing maths is fine, that's cool. But if you want to do maths and programming, then you can register for maths courses and do scientific computational programming and programming with MATLAB. Yes, you can do that. But I would suggest to have any of the physics courses, level up your knowledge. But maths first. Always register maths, because that is where I will be teaching everything in depth. In depth, I'm going to teach on calculus, on ordinary differential equations, multivariate calculus, multivariate functions, integrals, differentiations, limits. Everything will be in those maths playlists. Then, why did I create this playlist? Why membership page? The reason I have created this membership page is I've seen myself, I've seen the people. Obviously, people know me as a Valentina Gomez obsessed freak. So people know me as a guy who loves Valentina Gomez way more than others, to a point where I would go to TikTok, I would go to Instagram, I would go to social media and say like, I love Valentina Gomez, I love Valentina Gomez, I love Valentina Gomez. You do not love Valentina Gomez. I love Valentina Gomez. And when people say we, I say, fuck no, it's not we, it's me. Me. I love Valentina Gomez. You do not love Valentina Gomez. Fuck you. F you. I love Valentina Gomez. So what I decided was that, you know what? Fuck it. People are not going to be famous. People are not going to put in the effort. Well, I am going to put in the effort. Here I am. I am teaching. What better way to implement your knowledge and be world famous knowing that you are Valentina's student than to teach? Well, here comes my membership page, and I just did that. The only reason I created this membership page is for Valentina Gomez and for myself and for people. Yeah, that's the reason one. Reason two is because I have been at a stage where professors do not like to teach. So I have been at a position where, the professors will teach. Surely professors will teach, but they will not teach in a way that you understand, but they will teach in a way to show off. And I hate that. I fucking hate that. And physics is not an easy course. Long story short, physics is not, or maths is not an easy course. Physics is not an easy course. Engineering is not an easy course. They are depressing. They are depressing. And whether you like it or not, you are going to encounter them in everyday lives. From this phone to how you speak to what you know, everything comes from physics, maths, and engineering. Because without engineering, you will not know how anything manufactures. Without physics, you will not know why stars exist, or without physics, you will not know the basic stuff. Without physics, you will not be able to simulate anything, because in any for people who specially love simulations, I would suggest you to, now this is specifically for people who love simulations. For people who specifically love simulations, like in programming, Python simulations, C++ simulations, I would suggest you do quantum mechanics or classical mechanics. Depends on what you want to simulate on. But if you want to level up your simulations, do both. Do quantum mechanics and do classical mechanics. Maths is a must. You have to do maths. If you want to join and if you want to thoroughly understand, you have to do mathematics. But if you want to simulate in correlation to classical mechanics, you can. You don't have to join for quantum mechanics, but also make sure that you also enroll for scientific programming with Python, or if you want to get the angles and maths and all that stuff, then you can also enroll for MATLAB. You can do that. If you want to do for quantum mechanics, same thing. You can enroll either for MATLAB or Python, but I would suggest to go for Python, not for MATLAB. MATLAB is mostly in the engineering perspective. Not You can use it for physics. I'm not saying you can't. You can, and I'm planning to do that, but it is mostly for engineering. And I need that. I need MATLAB personally. So you can do that. But if you want to simulate in correlation to quantum mechanics, you can do quantum mechanics and simulation with Python. Now, this is in consideration that you have math. If you don't, enroll in maths first. I've explicitly kept the maths playlist. I've explicitly kept the maths playlist very cheap. The only reason is people need maths. I'll try my best to keep it $2. At the moment, it's $3. But if you do not understand maths, you're not going to understand anything. So maths, 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 maths. So simulation, if you want to involve in simulation, then go for maths. So ODE and calculus. If you want simulation in classical mechanics and simulation with Python. So once again, if you want to involve in simulations, then you have to do maths, ODE, maths, calculus, like computational programming with Python, and classical mechanics. However, MATLAB is optional. So this is simulation classical. And if you want to do simulations in quantum mechanics, so QM simulation, if you want to do simulations in quantum mechanics, you can do maths, and you can take quantum mechanics and simulations with Python. I don't think MATLAB won't be necessary here. Again, MATLAB is optional. If you want to do on research, if you want to do research on quantum mechanics, or if you want to do research on quantum computing, then you can take the Python program. You have to take maths. You have to take maths here. If you want to do research, maths is a must. But if you want to do research in quantum mechanics, so maths, Python programming, and I may add C++, but I would suggest you to do C++ on YouTube. But I am going to teach C++. So you can do Python, calculus 1, 2, 3, ODEs, and quantum mechanics. So that's for research if you want to do research in quantum mechanics. Now, if you want to do research on jet streams, or if you want to do research on airlines or airplanes, make sure you have MATLAB. If you want to focus on jet streams, if you want to focus on rockets, if you want to focus on aerospace engineering, if you want to focus on anything that requires aerospace, like missiles or rockets or airplanes, you must, must have maths, both the maths. You must have both the maths, you must have control theory, and you must have MATLAB and Python. So MATLAB, Python, so you have, what's this, 1400 aerospace engineering. So if you want to focus on aerospace, then you're going to need calculus. All the calculus that's there. You're going to need ODEs, because control theory has ODEs. Like, it is ODE heavy. So you're going to use control theory, ODE, calculus, MATLAB, and Python. Cool. So these are all the things that you need to know. Um, it's summer again. Once again, just quick remarks. It is summer. It is summer. So make sure that you make most of your time learning about physics, learning about engineering, learning about maths. Make sure that whatever you're learning, try them again and again and again and again. I will also be involved in questions. So I'm not going to take questions from textbooks. I'm also going to create my own questions and usually do one whole master question that involves everything. So make sure that you thoroughly understand what's going on. All right. Happy learning.